Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All channel, host Sega Forever here. Just trying to set up the podcast for today. I know I'm running a little bit early by my time. For some of you guys, it'll probably be early or late evening, going into the later evening hours. Um, Might have to cut the live stream short today. My kids just came back from Japan, so I'm not sure what they're doing right now, but I might have to go check them out a little bit later. If I do, man, I'm just letting you guys know now. That I'm gonna have to go. So I'm not sure how many of the guys will be able to jump in today. Kind of setting stuff up, man, but please bear with me. Hey, what's up, Daniel? What's up, brother? Hey, Daniel, man. You know what I've realized, dude, is that I bought the WNBA League Pass, dude, and a lot of those games I can't watch that I want to watch. I have games that I can watch, but a lot of the games, dude, I can't watch that I want to, especially when it comes to the Fever. They're such a hot commodity that they're getting put on ESPN, and I guess I can't remember the name of that other channel, or ABC or whatever, ABC or NBC. One of those channels picked them up as well for their games, and I don't blame them, man. They're a big draw, especially with Caitlin. Especially coming off of the break, man. She's been killing it. In fact, their team's been on fire. Um, but I mean, for the most part, man, I can't catch their games. I have to go look again, man. Maybe I misread it. Maybe some of the games are on the league pass, but I haven't been able to watch any of their games for a while. What I've been doing is watching people, the commentary or the cuts that people make and put on YouTube. That's the only way I can watch it, dude. I don't have cable, and I'm kind of bummed about that, man, because I really wanted to see how she would do coming off the break. Like I talked about on this channel, man, I surmised that, yeah, I would have loved for her to go to the Olympics. I think it would have been great for the league. Um, but there's so much drama going on with the team that could have been bad. Um, Obviously, certain people didn't want her there. The coach has something, um, up her ass about Caitlin. So I thought it would have been more, probably might have been more trouble for her personally than it would have been worth. But I mean, the league would definitely benefit from it, man. She's definitely um, a known commodity for the WNBA. It's one of the reasons a lot of people are tuning into the league. And in all fairness, man, I think they're actually garnering fans because of Caitlin's influence and the draw that she has towards the WNBA. It's actually putting eyes on some of these other players in the league that are actually really good. I've been enjoying it, man, so far. Again, I'm just a little bit disappointed that I haven't been able to catch up on the break, but from the clips I've seen, from the commentary of people I follow, man, she's been on fire, dude. She's been unstoppable. Again, I surmise that I think it was great. Um, the one good thing about her not going to the Olympics is that she would have had time and would have had a chance to actually rest and refocus. But she didn't have any time off, dude. When she went from the college, she went straight into the WNBA and never. She didn't really have a break. So it's interesting because a lot of the other, not a lot, a couple of the other WNBA players are kind of talking about the schedule. And I guess the schedule to 40 games, dude. I mean, the NBA plays 80 games, so I don't think these girls can handle that. Um, but I mean, 40 games, dude. I would probably be best for the league if they do 50. Find a way to do that. But I've seen some of them commenting about how it's draining for them to travel and play the amount of games that they do in a week. I mean, you don't want to overdo it as well, especially where the league is right now. If they start franchising and growing, then possibly add more games to the schedule. Um, but right now, as it is, they really got to focus on the foundations of the league. And again, I hate to say it, but I just think they just need a better front office. And on the flip side of that, with Caitlin, man, it looks like some people might end up owing the coach, Indiana Fever coach, a little bit of a apology. I mean, I'm still, not that I didn't like her. I think she made some really bad decisions. Um, some of the stuff that she did during the game, some of the stuff for her actual planning out for the games and stuff like that. But there was a part where I saw what she was doing as far as the rotation, as far as getting more players involved, because the focus was on Caitlin when she first came into the league, and Caitlin had to go through a little bit of adjustment, not much though, right? And she was fine, and then the other players have to kind of catch up and get used to the speed. But I don't know what they did over the break, man. But they've been it's been awesome, man. What's the girl's name? Carrie Hall? Is it Stacey Hall? She had a superb game, and that's what it seems like, dude. It's just like Caitlin's like the barometer by which everything is set, and then everybody's just coming in around her because they have a lot of talent on their team, man. They just gotta figure out the way to get it all work together, and I think that's what the coach is trying to do. The coach of the Fever, she is really trying to get everybody to get on the same page, and you know, kudos to her, man. But because if they continue to improve and dominate like they have in these last couple of games, um, you know, people are gonna have to give the coach some flowers, and the players as well, man, for actually adjusting and to do it all in one season. I mean, and they're only halfway into the season. We'll see how everybody else adjusts as well. I think, like I always say on this channel, and I think it's a big problem. Consistency is a problem in the WNBA. You got to show up every night, and you got to be able to execute. I'm not going to say you're not going to get tired. You're not going to be perfect, or that you're going to be perfect every night, man. But I mean, the level of consistency really needs to improve. I think that's what's setting the Indiana Fever apart from other teams right now. Um, so we'll see, man. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get to catch a couple games. But I mean, this bodes well, dude. I mean, I think it's great for the league in general. Anyway, that's my little WNBA rant. Um, I'll probably be watching more WNBA stuff, man. Probably doing catching up with some of the other things I do, the hobbies that I have, the content that I consume, especially when it comes to pop culture, man. Especially given all the stuff going on with Xbox over at Gamescom. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I did a video on my channel earlier this week. I had to get some stuff off my chest where I basically, had to talk about Phil Spencer and everything that went on. I had to, the whole thing about lying about Indiana Jones, regardless of the reason, dude. Look, man, I'm a. This doesn't mean I don't like Phil, or I think he should be fired, or that he's the wrong man for the job. He's always done well, man. I mean, I've always had my little foibles with Phil, a couple things, right? But I mean, I'm just being honest with you, dude. Man, that's the lying, dude. You can't do that, Phil. You just can't. I said that on my previous video. That's something that you can't do, man. Just because it's not gonna, again, like I said, right? It's not gonna help you because you might avert a little bit of the drama in the beginning. I know you guys are in flux. I know you guys are being fluid. It also doesn't help that you don't really share a lot of the stuff with your fan base. I mean, look, dude, I give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but if you guys want to avoid all these kind of things, man, you might have to be a little bit more transparent. Because at the end of the day, man, I have my own ideas of why things are the way they are, man. I talked about it in volumes on my channel. We might discuss it here, depending, man. I'm not sure if all the other guys are going to jump in. I don't even know how long this is going to be. I know Sega Man wants to jump in on this one, but he's currently at work, so I'll try and keep this going for as long as I can. Let me see. Hold on. Is this thing playing? Dude, I don't even see it. Hold on, guys. Let me try this real fast. It should be streaming. Oh, there it is. That's what I thought. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I can see it now. This is crazy. When I came home today, man, I was trying to set the stream up, man. My internet wasn't working. I mean, there's all kind of stuff going on where I'm at right now. Traffic was ridiculous, man. It's weird because there was like you can tell when I went to work today, you can tell that a lot of people took off of work where I work, and it was crazy because I had an appointment today, so I had to leave early, but I still got caught in traffic. Yeah, and I was like, dude, what is going on? Like for last week, I got caught in traffic. And the reason I got caught in traffic is because I didn't know this, but I didn't know, and I should have. Was my daughter that was talking? My daughter was talking to her friends about it. I just didn't put two and two together. But they had some kind of Pokemon World event here in Hawaii, and it was right at the convention center. I live right down the road from it, so the traffic was all jacked up, and then it lasted for like all weekend. It was crazy, dude. The lines were ridiculous, man. There were so many people that went there. I kind of felt sorry for them because they went there to buy some stuff, and it turns out that they sold out of a lot of the things they had. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I know my hours are off when I do these podcasts, guys. I'm just trying to fit it in when I can, dude. So that's why I'm all over the place. I don't have a real consistent time. I've been trying to keep at least the days consistent. So I've been messing up on that, right? Because I've been doing Saturdays as well. Hold on 1 second. Let me. Gamescom. Hold on, let me check these news out real quick. Something that I wanted to see really fast. Yeah, but the Indy news, man, that was a that was bad. That was really bad. I'm just gonna be honest. Again, am I gonna lose my mind? No. Am I gonna sell my Xbox? No. Am I gonna start a petition to have Phil Spencer removed? No. Am I gonna stop playing all my games? No. Am I gonna unsubscribe from Game Pass? No. I mean, it's not that type of level. Again, the thing that bothered me the most was just the lying. Hopefully, hopefully Phil's paying attention to this. Dude, just don't say nothing at all. Because I know, again, you're under a lot of pressure. A lot of people, they listen to you, man. You guys are actually the leaders of the industry. The things that you do, people affect people's livelihoods and jobs, right? And so I know that you guys like to dot your I's and cross your T's and make sure everything is planned out, that everybody's taken care of, man. I see it. I see it within the company. Even when they've had layoffs this year, man, they have not suffered layoffs at the level that other companies have dealt with, dude. And I've been watching it. I've been watching the economy really close. Again, the mainstream media, because of political reasons, will not tell you what's really going on with the economy. Though most of you guys should feel it. Even if you have some kind of wealth or you're rich or you're well off, obviously, man, this is having an effect in every aspect of society, as far as socially, um, economically, right? Uh, in the community, all around. Right? It's not something that and some, of course, is worse than others, dude. I can speak to myself personally because of where I live, dude. I live in a deep blue state, and a lot of the policies here are very liberal, right? And they have a lot of the local government here has a high budget, has a lot of costs that they got to deal with. So when economies go bad like this, man, everybody suffers because the cost of everything just goes up. It's happening all over the country, but some states definitely have it worse than others, and I live in one of those states. So I can see, dude, that Microsoft and especially Phil is doing everything they can, man, to ensure that the commitments they've made, they're living up to. The people that are under them and they brought on board, they want to make sure that these people are taken care of. This is why you see them making some of the decisions that they're making. I look at again, I talked about this on the previous video, just will cover it a little bit right here. You see some of the moves they're making. The interview that Phil Spencer had talked specifically about the gaming industry and technically the struggles that the industry is having. And it's not just the gaming industry, guys, it's the tech industry in general. I mean, there's so much stuff where 4 years ago, I think a lot of these people that worked in these industries, 4 years ago, they thought the sky was the limit and that they'll be living large. And then 4 years removed, this is where we are, where a lot of these people are getting laid off on Zoom calls, right? Um, Companies, for lack of a better term, they're kind of weaponizing everything that's going on. I mean, in some aspects, there's no choice, right? Because the business needs to continue on, right? But people are getting left out. People are getting left out, man. People are getting let go. People are falling into the cracks. So I applaud Microsoft as much. Again, Microsoft did layoffs, but again, comparatively to the stuff that I've been keeping track of and the stuff that I've been watching, it's nowhere near as bad as what was going on um, in other industries and other companies as well. So again, man, much you know no hate towards Phil at all, right? Just take this as a teachable moment, man. Just be honest again. Just be honest, dude. Just say it. Just come on and say it. Or if you can't say it because of whatever reasons, which I don't necessarily feel like you're trying to hide it, right? Stuff is in flux, man. Like you said, the industry, probably because of the economics, right? That's what I gather from what you're saying. Is not in a good spot, right? And so you got a lot to you got a lot of stuff to manage. Had the economy continued to grow, had a lot of these people continue to um, make the product that they like to make, and people participating or purchasing um, in the product that you created, it's all gravy, right? When things are fine, the economy's fine, when everybody's happy, it's all good, right? But right now we are not in those times, and that's to me what Phil was talking about. So we'll see how it works out for them, and that's why I said with Indy going over, nothing's off the table. Now again, I understand why Indy would go over, right? Of all the other games, but again, because of that, because of what he said, dude, I wouldn't surprise if anything goes over, or how like Towerborn will be. I guess they're going to test it out on Steam first. There's all kind of stuff that Microsoft is doing, man. This is why the third party publisher thing is such a irritating narrative going on right now. But then again, man, I can't defend it, dude, because of the actions that Microsoft has done, and then they don't really reveal a lot of the stuff, whether they can or whether they won't. Combination of the two, right? But at this point in time, with everything, man, they to me, man, it'd be in their best interest to keep things a little bit more transparent. Or if you can't keep things transparent, just don't say nothing. Because you're just gonna end up losing people. I kind of can see it right now in the Xbox community now. You know, aside from the indie, and I'm not going to the Gamescom stuff too. Aside from the indie announcement, which was a big negative, right, for various reasons that I just discussed. Um, Even with that, dude, Gamescom has been pretty fire, and I haven't caught up with everything yet because I've been kind of consuming. I didn't think I would be this much into it as I am, and then again with the announcement, dude, I just there's I'm not gonna lie, dude, I did other stuff. I actually played some of my games, watched a couple shows I want to catch up on. Let this stuff ride out a little bit more, right? And that's one of the things I feel that is happening in the community. I'm not saying for everybody, dude, but it's palpable. I can see it, dude. You can cut it with it. It's so thick, dude. You can cut it with a knife, right? And it could be just people in their feelings, man. And again, like I said on the previous podcast, dude, I'm not gonna hate on you if you honestly mean it, dude. If you're actually that, if you actually bleed green, if you Xbox all in, dude, and this hurts you a certain way, dude, I understand, bro. You can take your moment, man. In fact, take several moments, dude. I'm not gonna hate on you. The only people, of course, I hate on is the actual haters out there. A lot of these guys who say, sit there, what's Microsoft doing, man? What's wrong with these guys? They don't care, dude. They don't care. Like I always say on this channel, man, I guarantee most of these people don't even have a console. Right? But for those of you who did went on and buy Xbox consoles day one, do support the ecosystem, not just play Game Pass or not just subscribe to Game Pass or just play a Game Pass, but you actually buy games off of Game Pass. You buy games outside of sales, like myself, because it's something that you're interested in, so you just drop the money, right? And again, I've said this on my channel. I know myself pretty well, the kind of games that I like. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. Also, I like a lot of variety. That's why I love Game Pass the most. Yeah. You have a lot of people out there because of the announcement. Again, the usual suspects, dude. Xbox is dead. Xbox has no games. All of this stuff, dude. And it's the narrative, man. It's the narrative that's always been that way ever since Xbox came into the scene. So, and they've tried, man. I mean, kudos to the crew, man. They tried. Whatever's going on over there in Xbox, I don't think it's as nefarious as everybody makes it out to be. Right? I think there's some real world reasons why things are happening the way they are, but all the time and the effort, man, that they put in to trying to appeal, and I'm talking about Xbox and Microsoft, trying to appeal to the consumer, to the gamer, to the various fan bases out there, trying to be as vanilla as possible with their stuff, but as also bringing the goods, so to speak. Right? They've done all of that, man, and look. The bottom line is they get no love, dude. They never have gotten any love. Probably never will get any love. This is why I'm so high on them just becoming, that. king level company, man. They can just go in and just wreck stuff, right? And I'm talking about in the arena of other competing businesses and consoles. Because to me, they already got it unlocked. They got a lot of this stuff on lockdown, dude. Again, been enjoying the Gamescom that I've been seeing, man. One of the things I've been enjoying is a lot of the shorts. That's been in between the big announcements, the big interviews. That Diablo, though, man. That Diablo interview, that thing was super long. I know they covered a lot of stuff. You guys know your boy is not big on the new Diablo. Man, I just can't get into it, dude. I like Diablo 3 was more my speed. It was more fantastical, more fantasy oriented. This one's a little bit more darker, a little bit more evil, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I can't get into it. I tried to play it. I tried to like it. It just wasn't working for me. And I'm not saying that the game is bad. In fact, there's millions of players playing it right now that would say otherwise. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on it, but it's just not my cup of tea. But man, dude, a couple of the games I saw on day one, dude, and some of these aren't even Xbox games. There's this one game. Hold on. Is it called Road something? Hold on. I gotta look this up. I gotta look this game up because it's from the same guys that do Mud Runner. Let me look this up, guys. Just bear with me. Oh wow, yeah, they're doing Warhammer too. Jeez, how did I forget that? Ah, dude, they're not even showing it, dude. Maybe I just type in Focus Games. Focus Games. Just type in releases. Monster Hunter Wild. Let me do a search, dude. This is driving me nuts. Oh, here we go. Roadcraft, jeez. I went through all of that just to look that up. I saw that trailer, man, and I was hooked, dude. I was kind of blown away by it. I can't wait till that bad boy drops, dude. I'm definitely gonna check it out. And it's funny thing is I think I have Snow Runner and Mud Runner. Definitely have Mud Runner. So I'm thinking about downloading this weekend and playing it. Dude, we got so many games, dude. It's not as easy as that sounds, dude. I'm just being honest. Wow, they have a lot of games. Warhammer. Can't wait for that game to drop. Definitely gonna pick that up day one. Let's see what else. Dang, they did a farming simulator game too. Yeah, Mud Runner. There it is. Other side. Oh, they made that. Dude, I bought that just based off of the trailer. See, again, man, this is what ticks me off about a lot of the negativity that's coming out when it comes to Xbox, dude. It's all formulated, dude. These people just hate the system. They hate the console. They hate the company. I hope Phil's paying attention. I mean, kind of their whole thing is damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. It's not. It doesn't matter to these people, man. If you do it right or if you don't do it right. So do what's in your best interest. And in that way, dude, I gotta be honest with you guys, man. I can't hate. Man. That's just the reality of it. And I won't hate because I understand why. In some part, or I mean, in most part, why Xbox is doing what they're doing right now. And there's a lot of people in the gaming media throwing blame at Xbox and Microsoft, wondering what they're doing, dude. If you're gonna blame anybody, blame the gamers, dude. Gamers do not play games. The gaming or the gamers that we have now are just different. They can live on Fortnite and COD and Madden. They don't have to, you know, do anything different. And again, man, when you don't have disposable income, people tend to hedge their bets. That's why for me, man, again, dude, I've just plugged Game Pass right now, dude. The Game Pass is the best deal around right now. because you won't be able to play as many of the games as that's in the system in your lifetime, or that's in the service in your lifetime. There's just too many games. Let alone trying to finish these games. It's crazy. The amount of games I have right now on my homepage of games that I'm trying to play. There's multiple games going on at the same time right now for me. Um, and then I have games that I just constantly fall back on. That doesn't help as well because they have a lot of replayability for me. Of course, I'm going to mention Warhammer. You guys know I love that game. Dark Tide, 40K, and trying to explore the new stuff, dude. I'm so far behind in my Game Pass back catalog, right? Like games I haven't tried Jusant that I wanted to play. Mecha Ball Go I tried out. I just ended up buying it because I'm like, yeah, I'll just get it because it was. I know I love it right from the jump, right? And there's this is I haven't played that one Pinocchio game that everybody likes to. Just there's a ton of games that have already come to Game Pass. At first, I was keeping up with all of them, and what I do, I just like take a day to play them, and then just kind of get into them, see if I like them or not. And if I like them or not, either I pick them up right there. If I kind of like them, maybe I put them on the wish list, just to come back at a later date because I usually play something else. But there's no lack of games, or there's no wanting for games on the Xbox accounts on the Xbox side of the gaming industry. It's just it's just a lot of just untruth and hate that Xbox has to deal with. And even if these games, so some people, when I say this kind of stuff, they're like, "Oh, those are multi-platform games. You can play it on anywhere else." I'm like, "Well, go then. Try and play it someplace else on another console." You know what I mean? Like if all this stuff going on is true, right? I mean, it is what it is, man. Go, dude. Do you, or you go be happy, man. I'll stick it out over here on Team Green, enjoying myself. Before I started, I had to do something in my room, and for some reason, man, I was looking at the. Well, anyway, I had to do something in my room and stuff like that. I was looking around and I was thinking to myself, dude, the amount of games. Sorry, I turned on my Xbox. The amount of games that are just sitting and waiting for me to download. I've run out of space. So I'm at the point now, like E-Rock talked about this, right? I'm at the point now for myself. Um, sorry, I'm at the point right now for myself that I don't know if dude, I'm gonna have to erase these games off my hard drive, dude, and just download them again because that's how many games I have. That's why I end up buying some of the games too because it's just like you know what, I'm gonna run out of space. I'll just buy it. I know I love it, so why not just buy it? Sometimes you score deals, man. I actually don't look at the price a lot of the times. If I'm not buying stuff, dude, it has nothing to do with the fact that I don't want to get it. It just has to do with the fact that I don't have space for anything. And then when it comes to hard drive space, dude, it's crazy. And the way that I play my games, man, like I said, I love variety, but I also love choice. And I like to play games on my terms. Man. Sometimes I just don't feel like playing games. Like the other day, I just felt like playing Warhammer. We don't play for like 6 hours straight, just on that game. Well, I won't say 6 hours straight. I take breaks in between. Oh shoot, sorry guys. I'm watching this thing over here. Kind of falling off. Dang it, dude. Where is it? Yeah, but it's outside the indie stuff, man. Awesome Gamescom so far. Dude, I mean, Xbox definitely had the biggest booth. If even is, I don't think there's any competition, man. They just own that hall wherever they are in Germany, man. You can't miss it, dude. It's so humongous. They got so much stuff going on as well, dude. Again, aside if the indie stuff didn't, if that indie announcement wasn't made, dude, they'd be there'll be a whole lot more buzz, man. But again, I think that announcement, man, is palpable, dude. A lot of people are not happy from what I see, dude, and they're not happy in the sense of, it gets tiring after a while, dude. Not everybody can handle constantly dealing with all this drama. Some might say it's self-influence, man. Just walk away. No, you can't, dude. You can't. If you're in the gaming, if you're gonna be in the gaming, be a gamer in this hobby, dude. And then there's a narrative that dominates gaming that Sony's the best and everything else is second fiddle. And that's being perpetrated by not just their fan base, who are loud and annoying, but by also the gaming media, dude. So you're not going to be able to escape it. So you're going to have to find ways, again, to deal with it, man, if you want to stick around at all. But yeah, again, I'm saying, dude, I follow people and they're not happy. And these guys aren't just guys that say stuff just to say stuff. And, a lot of them, they're tired, man. They, sometimes, man, Microsoft, dude, it's like they make these leaps, they make these leaps and bounds um, with their console or their games, and then it doesn't fail, man. For somehow, some way, they always find a way to go backwards with some of the stuff that they do. Just real talk right now, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you. Dude, that's just the reality sometimes of Microsoft, dude. And the sad thing about it is, dude, they're under so much scrutiny. They get so much hate that it doesn't matter, dude. They could be spotless, like they were the other year. They were like a year and a half of just killing it, dude. And I forgot what happened. One thing happened, and then it all fell apart. And people, again, buying into false narratives. They're like, oh, I want to have to see what they do. I want to see how the games actually are. I don't know. I mean, everybody telling me it's a Warfare Pass, so which means that Game Pass isn't as good as people say it is. So all that kind of stuff, dude. It's I don't know. I do not know. And I feel like, dude, why they just should not have said anything about Indy. NWO, my brother, what's up? I hope you saw my message on Instagram. So I had a lot of appointments this week, man. I fell and I kind of jacked up my leg. They're just making sure that the bone's not bad, dude. I got swelling. Um, my leg's not good, dude. In fact, I'm on this medication, dude. It's kind of messing with me right now. But welcome, bro. Welcome. If you want to come in, I'll shoot you an invitation on Instagram. I will say though, Prime, that I do have my kids just came back from Japan today, so they might call, and I might have to go grab them. That's the only thing. Let me see if I can get the. Let me send another one, dude. I don't think this is. I don't think that was the right one. Okay, we'll see. I sent two. If you want to jump in, just jump in, man. It's right there. But yeah, bro. Thanks for dropping in. Um, just talking about Gamescom, a little bit of Xbox news, dude. I know you've been busy, dude. So I know you got stuff, real life stuff to deal with right now. So, and if you can't jump in, if you can't, dude, I totally understand. Like I said, I'm kind of doing this on the fly, man. Might have to kill the podcast. That's why I haven't really sent out anything to the brothers, man. Even though this is the wrecking crew. Normally, what I do, Prime, is I just send out links to everybody. But if people, I'm not sure if people can participate. But if they want to, man, they can just come in the chat and then just let me know and I'll shoot them. But then I also gotta let them know that I might have to bounce. But thanks for being here, bro. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know what Microsoft did or Xbox. I don't know Xbox, dude. Like I said in my previous video, I don't want to go down that road again. But just to be honest with you guys, man, I don't see it in the way that other people are seeing it, that they're in trouble, that it's gloom and doom, man. I mean, they're such a big company with so much money. They're not impervious to the economy. They're taking their measures and stuff like that. But companies like Microsoft just don't do things on a whim. Man. They plan this stuff out. Now, nobody can plan for a bad economy. Nobody can plan for some of the disasters that's going on, or other countries where you had your stuff made falling apart. You can't, you kind of can plan for that, but when it happens, the way things have been happening this last, 2 years, you know, The fact that they were able, the fact that Microsoft has been able to weather this storm, it amazes me. To be honest with you, dude, that's why I'm not really mad about it. Um, but I don't. Again, I can't see Microsoft putting the hammer on them, dude. I think just that Xbox, certain things are expected of them, and they got to hit those milestones. And if not, there's going to be things that's going to happen. And I think, me personally, I think Phil, what he's trying to do, he's just trying to, um, you know, do what's right for all the people under him who work for him, in the Xbox division, man. Because that's the kind of person he strikes me as, dude. I don't think he's a flippant person, dude. I mean, I've seen this dude get totally trashed. And again, like I said in my previous video, I only seen Phil go after one person, and that was Crab Gamer. Other than that, dude, if so, in other words, if things were as bad as people said it was, or if there were moves being made, you see it already. And their profit margins are so nice, so huge. Unless it is somebody that they're just greedy and they just want to make even more and more money. Too many hands in the cookie jar, dude. Is never a good look, dude. But again, dude, when I look at Satya, man, I mean, he has some falling out with some people, and not really a falling out, but he took a different direction. But for the most part, man, he's been very hands off. I mean, not just with Xbox, a lot of different departments within Microsoft, dude. He's not a very, at least from my impression, man, he's not a nickel and dime kind of guy, dude. He's not um um what do they call that, man? He's not somebody just to hover over you, man, to micromanager you. He's not a micromanager. Cygnus. Hey, what's up, Cygnus? I think Phil is not obligated to increase that quarterly financial report. I'm not going to disagree with you, Cygnus, but I think, like I mentioned in my previous video, I think it's also because things, economies, like they're not at the point, like if the economy was good right now, I think they would be happy. But the economy is bad, and everything costs more to produce, right? So they need to produce more on that level to cover costs as well. But I agree in that sense. Yeah, he is not obligated to increase that quarterly financial report. But for me, if I'm being honest, I see the work that Phil's doing. I think he's doing it more, not just the profit part of it. That serves a purpose. But to be honest with you, this is my opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong if you think I am. But I think he's doing it to help save jobs and to make sure that everybody's taken care of. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong, dude, because again, Microsoft and Xbox don't share hard data when it comes to this stuff. So a lot of us are forced to speculate. And this is another reason why I see people kind of, people are not happy, right? And I'm not saying that it's like Harry Carey, they're going to kill themselves. But I mean, there's this level of malaise that I'm noticing in the Xbox community, right? And I don't think it's spread the entirety of the community, but it's definitely in patches, and I can see it. Right, and that's something that Microsoft. I mean, if I were them, I'd pay attention to it. Right? Don't be like Disney. Don't be like Disney Star Wars, man. They thought they were smarter than everybody else. They thought they were better than everybody else. They thought the people that they were making the movies for were stupid and ignorant, racist, homophobic. You put all of that stuff in there, right? Just because they disagree with them or decided to make other choices that these people did not like, right? So they tried to come down in some aspects with the hammer. In the case of Xbox, dude, it's just getting everything set up and actually promoting a lot of this stuff too, which I can't wait to see. Because they do, man. Look, man, Microsoft, again, from the way I look at everything, man, I just don't see what people see. And I'm not saying that people are wrong, guys. That's just my opinion. King David did a good video where he talked about it, where he thinks it's coming from the brass, high up brass. And I'm not saying that the brass isn't involved, but it's not on the level of influence that I think it is. Because if they were, I'd be hard pressed not to see something else that that will highlight the men. Well, at least anyway, just cool. Just keep on going on that. So. Yeah, that's so Cygnus. I just think that's common sense, and that's for every business, not just Xbox or Microsoft. Like if you saw, like if you guys didn't know, man, Starbucks launched their pumpkin latte, right? Their drink, and they brought it early to the point where there's people, even people that loved it, they're kind of like, is this like the Christmas thing all over again? You know, it's like August and you already see Christmas lights being for sale. You know, nobody's talking about Halloween or nobody's talking about Thanksgiving, right? Just jumping straight to Christmas. So that's what a lot of people are saying in the comment section. But again, man, Starbucks, they let go of their CEO, right? The guy had all these big dreams. I'm not, and I feel bad for him because that I got put that came to a sudden halt because nobody's, they're losing customers now. They're closing stores. You know, people realize that they don't really need $5, $6, $7 drink from Starbucks every day. You know, that stuff adds up, right? The economy is a fragile thing, dude. Again, and this is why I like to think what Phil meant by his comment, because at this level, dude, I'm just being honest, man. It's again, I love to say it, man. It's decimal points. Decimal points move, man. And when that happens, dude, it can be bad. It could be bad for a lot of people across the industry. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Again, I really wish Phil then would share something, some stuff. You know what I mean? Like if they did hit a milestone in the console sales. I know everybody kind of extrapolates how many stuff they sold, how many Xboxes they sold, by other things that people say, but you don't get a definitive answer from them. And I think I would like for them to start doing that. I'm going to be honest with you, given what happened with Indiana Jones. I like to have some. Sorry, guys. Dang, you know what, man? I might end up pulling on 100, guys. Cygnus. Also, that Wukong game selling 10 million under 48 hours is a huge statement to Asian studios succeeding at done right. So, can you say like how they sold that 10 million? Was that console, PC? Was it in Asia? Was it in the US? Like, did you have the breakdown? I heard you talking about it on Unlimited. I did watch Unlimited's podcast. Well, I caught the end of it, then I went back and listened to the rest, which is ironic because I didn't think I'd be able to listen to the whole thing, given I had to do this podcast. But by the time I got home, man, because of the traffic was so bad, I was able to get all the way up to the ending and finish it off. So that was funny. Yeah, I mean, I think Asia right now is such a great market. That Microsoft, and they're there, they're on the ground. I mean, to what extent they'll take that, I don't know. To what extent these guys want to play ball, I have no idea. I've been really impressed with Sarah though. Sarah's been doing that heavy lifting for Xbox brand, for Team Xbox. You know, Genshin Impact. I know like Genshin Impact is a game that my daughter loves. She plays it, and they have it on PlayStation, but they never have it on Xbox. She plays it on her mobile, but I mean, it really just fries her fall, right? So, like I said, she was on a vacation and she came back today, and I was able to tell her the news. I texted her the news, and she was happy because then now she can play the game on her Xbox. In fact, I might buy the new Series X for her because she uses the Series S, which she likes. But I'm like, I might as well go all out, go all in. Sorry, Cygnus. Just console and PC. Final Fantasy ain't even doing that number. Oh wow! I thought Final Fantasy was like a big seller. Is that 16, right? Isn't it 15? I can't keep up. But I thought that game was supposedly taken away from Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Or am I thinking of another Final Fantasy? I don't know, man. I'm getting old, dude. And that's the one thing I love about having Xbox and the games they have, dude. I was getting to a point where I was getting jaded with gaming. And Xbox came in and it just flipped my world upside down. In fact, man, when I'm done here, dude, where whatever happens with my kids, man, if I have time, dude, I'm jumping on the Xbox. Because everybody's been talking about, well, this is what happens if they don't get this or they don't get this. All the talking heads coming out, all these game journalists. This is why Xbox in trouble. This is why they won't get any more games. People won't produce games for them. I'm like, dude, people will go where the money is. And Xbox is at a level, dude, where they don't have to worry about third party. they're in third party, right? Okay, and I think it's good for the content of the Game Pass. But I mean, they're not gonna die if people, some of these publishers don't bring the games. And until this is my personal thing, because a lot of people will say, "Oh well, why buy Xbox? I'll just play on PlayStation." Until I see some of these games that you guys are high on, upwards of 25 million, I won't believe it. I won't believe any word that you say. Everything that comes out of your mouth to me is not gonna matter. Let me see. Just console and PC, Final Fantasy. Am I doing that number? Okay, we did that one. Final Fantasy do 10 million sales, but for like 10 years. Yeah, yeah. The game is changing, man. Like, we just gonna have to deal with that fact, dude. And that's just why. Again, I think it was Everborn Saga, dude. He was making some great points. The only thing I just like he was talking about this, like what Microsoft is doing. But for me, I mean, I can't see this being done as an FU or any animosity, right? I think it's just the reality of the situation and what they're trying to do to justify certain things. I do believe in that, right? So it is what it is on that level. Is this thing? Huh? Dude, I can't tell, man. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 10 million in 10 years. For as much bragging that's done about console market and how much, like for example, PlayStation has, but you actually look at the amount of games that are actually sold. And when I mean sold, I'm talking more along the lines of day one, right? Because you're paying for the most part in this day and age premium price for a premium product or quote unquote premium product. It always doesn't end up that way. Oof. Man, guys, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm hurting, dude. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I have medication I gotta take, dude. And I think that thing's gonna whammy on me. And my eyes are getting sleepy, dude. I feel like 100 right now, minus the alcohol. At least 100 has a good reason, man. He be drinking, dude. I just got old man syndrome, man. Dude, I just thought they're antibiotics, but I would say, dude, the other day I took it, man. And I was ready to pass out. But where I'm at, dude, it's so hot. It's so hot where I live, man. I couldn't even lie down if I wanted to. I don't have AC. I gotta really look at putting this in the house, man. But my electric bill would be ridiculous. So, Cygnus, was there anything that you saw at the Game Pass or at Gamescom that you been impressed by? There's a couple of games that I saw, dude, that I was totally blown away by. It's funny because I was watching day one of Gamescom, the Xbox podcast or broadcast, the Xbox broadcast, and it was funny. I found like the little games they had in between. Like there's a game called Downhill, and so they got a new one, the new Downhill, that's going to feature skiing this time, dude. And it's right up my alley. Dude. I played Downhill, and it's from the jump, dude. I played it, man. I fell in love with it, and I bought it. I just bought it. Right. I played it for a couple of minutes. Dude, was enjoying it. And I was like, dude, this game's awesome. And I just bought it. And again, dude, that says something, man. I'm gonna swing it back to Gamescom and Indy and all that kind of stuff, dude. That says something that Microsoft. I hope that they're calculating for, those the fans that actually buy multiple games, the fan that buys your peripherals, the fans um, that go to your events, people like that, dude, who are bought into brand Xbox, dude. And again, dude, this I'm not meaning to sound gloomy, doomy, dude. Again, I don't think Microsoft is going to get a Xbox anytime soon because they have so many people subscribed on the console. Like if it was a total exodus, or just by natural progression, you see people just gravitating towards PC, which I don't think a lot of people will do. I think it'll grow. PC will definitely grow, but I don't. I still think it's an acquired taste. I'm not hating you there. I'm just being honest. Conquer's number was crazy. It's like what do you mean, Conquer? Oh, isn't that a PlayStation? Yeah, that's the one. What's his name? Let me know what's talking about. Oh, dude, that's the one that looks like Overwatch, right? Yeah, my daughter saw that trailer. She just laughed because she plays Overwatch. They didn't even try and hide it. They say imitation is the perfect form of flattery, or is the best form of flattery, but not when you're that so on the nose, man. Because you need an identity, dude. You're not just competing against Overwatch. You're competing against a bunch of other stuff. I talk about it on this channel all the time. you're competing against other shooters, competing on other service games, competing with other just regular games that people play, right? You're competing against the big names, you're competing against the indie games, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to take into consideration um, when you're looking at creating a game, man. This is why it's not a good idea if you want maximum potential for games played and sales to keep your game on one console, unless there's enough benefit for you to do that. I'm not here to tell creators how to make their games either. I mean, if they ask me for a suggestion and I feel they need one, there's a couple things I want to say to one of the ladies I work with. You know what I'm saying? What is this? But yeah, dude, just 600, dude, at total. Not like million. Oh, it couldn't be million. It's too much. Like 600,000, not even. You mean 600 as in 600? Like the number 600? I mean, like just 600 people, like 599, 600. That's not good for a game like Conquer. And I think they put a lot of it took a lot of years to develop, which probably means they put a lot of money into it. Oh, no, you got it, bro. I see it. Definitely a good wake up call for PlayStation that gas games in it. Yeah, I mean let's be honest, man. It was the whole AKB thing. I don't think people would have problems with gas games, man. Look at what was the name of that game? Helldivers? Like that was good for them, right? You also got to factor in, man. Again, just to build on what I was saying earlier, dude. You have a lot of things vying for your time. Okay, I'll just use myself as an example, right? I have a lot of stuff vying for my time, and there's necessary stuff in life that we got to get done. And I'm talking about as just an adult. You got to work, got to pay bills, all that crap, right? And then you have a lot of the functional. That's a lot of the functional stuff, and you have a lot of the non-functional stuff where you just want to kick back and relax. One of the things I love to do is play video games, right? But I also like to watch movies and shows. I'm still somewhat of a collector, right? I'm doing other stuff with my kids now. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these developers, companies, yeah, I'm talking to you, Xbox, you too, got to keep in mind that it's not just about how many people are on PlayStation instead of Xbox. It's like how many things are drawing people away from your console, and how can I correct that? How can I get you to buy into the console or buy into my ecosystem or buy into my games day one? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I mean, I won't fault them for that, dude, because they've never been known for shooter games, dude. That's why Xbox has been known for that. I mean, if PlayStation wants to turn things around, they got to get back to basics. Just being honest. Seamless. Yes, that's why it's funny. Two Man 55. What's up? Hey, what's up, brother? Dude, I would say two man, I want to tell you right now, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, bro. I am hurting right now, dude. My eyelids are heavy. I don't know why, dude. I came home, I was perfectly. In fact, I drank it's not an energy drink, but I did drink a caffeinated beverage that has caffeine in it. And it's like nothing, dude. It didn't even phase me. My eyes are getting heavy, dude. They're kind of drooping. I think I probably said some stuff in this podcast that doesn't make sense. In my mind, it's making sense, but it's not coming out that way. Don't get old, guys. This is what it's all about, dude, at the end of the day. Yeah, so we'll go for a couple more minutes, guys. And then, oh, wait, let me see. What else did I want to talk about on this? Let me pop this. Yeah, but have you guys noticed that with like other Xbox guys as well? Someone says, drink plenty of water and get your rest, brother. Man, it's too hard, bro. It's too hard. I live in Hawaii, man. The humidity is bumping. And then we rely on these trade winds that blow over the island, man. They're like I see some coming back. Thank God the sun's not out, dude. If the sun was out right now, I'd be cooking. I'd probably at the end of the podcast, dude. I'd probably pass out of heat exhaustion. But I also want to play some games too, man, dude. I was playing Immortals of Avian. Dude, that game is fire, man. Like the story. Like I'm just going through the story modes, going through taking through its bases. Dude, I'm really impressed, dude. It looks nice. Dialogue is great. Story's pretty solid, you know. Gameplay is tight too, man. I can see what they were trying to do. You know, I saw that the guy, one of the guys who was working on the game, and he talked about that they're trying to make it like a Call of Duty, but with magic in a sense. But man, dude, I popped that in. I was hooked from the jump. Just the way that it started, dude. I love the world that it occupies, man. I love the world building that's going on right now. Like it's definitely a journey I'm all in on. I'll probably play it this weekend as well if I have the time. I just got so many games, dude. And like I was saying earlier, there's just a backlog. I mean, if you're a gamer, dude, and you don't have an Xbox and Game Pass, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I mean, there's just so much content here to be had, and so much accessibility to this content, regardless of how you're doing financially right now. I mean, you could basically just pay a subscription service, right? And just get into your heart's content. You know what I mean? And the kind of cool thing about the games they have in Game Pass, which was kind of a concern for me when they first came out. You know what I'm saying? When it first came out, the service, I didn't think they'd hold on to the games very long. But man, some of these games are it's from the for years, man. Some of these games have been here. They're not. I'm not talking about Microsoft first party, even though Microsoft probably had a hand in the creation of the game as part of the deal. But there's been games in Game Pass for years. Now for the newer stuff, there's this new trend going on where Cubs are not allowing that to happen. You know what I mean? So the Toolman 55. I haven't played it yet. I'll have to give it a try. Hey, Toolman, dude, am I talking bubbles, dude, or sickness, dude? Am I kind of like just rambling, like saying stuff that doesn't make sense? Yeah, definitely check it out, dude. And that's what I did. I had it on the Xbox from the day that it dropped. Oh, thanks, Cygnus, man. I appreciate it. I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm going in and out at this point. Thanks. Dang, dude. I might have to take a break real fast and go grab something to drink. Yeah, appreciate it, Cygnus. Appreciate it, Tollman. Um, but it was just sitting on my hard drive for the longest time, dude. And I knew I wanted to play it, man, but I was playing again Warhammer, um, and jumping on other games, testing them out. Some games I was going through because they were gonna leave. Though for the most part, man, I bought a lot of games. I didn't realize how many games I bought because every time a game's gonna leave the service, I already own it. But man, it's hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Plus, the way that I play, dude, I like to sometimes, dude. The way that I game is totally the opposite of the way I kind of live my life, dude. I like things a little bit more organized, dude. I like to prioritize stuff, dude. I like to kind of do things by schedule. But when it comes to gaming, man, I'm all over the place, and that sucks because I mean I feel like I'm just not taking full advantage of Game Pass at this point because there's some games I could definitely knock out. There's a lot of some of those games are not long at all. Tillman says Space Marine 2 looks awesome. Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna front, dude. It looks amazing. I mean, that's probably one of my most anticipated games coming out. I think it's coming out this year, right? In a couple months. I'm thinking of just picking up the hard copy of the game because I think I'm gonna start a collection of Focus published games. Um, in the way that I love Humble, so Focus, Humble, and Nakon are my three favorite developers and publishers right now. Those three, man. I mean, I've bought quite a few of the games. Haven't gone around to playing every single one. Liza P. That's Liza P. That's another game I have on. Sorry, it popped into my head because I couldn't think of what the title was earlier. Um, but Liza P. I haven't even touched it yet, man. I think that's a shame. Probably I'm not sweating one. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably not sweating Liza P. just for the simple fact that if it left tomorrow, I'll just go buy it. That's how intrigued by that game I am. Though I do want to test it out, but I gotta play it. There's a lot of games I gotta play, dude. Like they have the what is that? King of Fighters, right? That's leaving this month. SNK. One of the fighting games is leaving. Then I went to look at it and I was like, oh no, I better test this out. I was like, I already own it. Yeah. So I kind of touched on this, man, as when it comes to. I mean, again, we'll just talk a little bit about this. Liza Peas is also made by a Korean studio, which I didn't expect. Seriously, I didn't know that either. Cygnus. I thought it was made by a French studio. I mean, now that you said that, I mean, looking at the art style and the vibe, I, now that you said it, I can see it. But I definitely thought they were made by because France is putting out some good stuff as well. Europe has some pretty cool stuff. And then kudos again for Phil for going to Gamescom, for representing Xbox to try and bring the European market some fun, right? Ironically though, I mean I think they're still predominantly PlayStation. But we benefit from all the great games and the partnerships that Microsoft is making as Xbox guys. Again, this is why I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not going to sell my Xbox. Like I said to you guys before in the video a couple days ago, I'll stop playing Xbox once or I'll put it to you this way. I'll probably if they stop doing consoles, then I'll just probably buy two extra current gen consoles, keep them for myself, and just play those and just play as many games as I can in my back library. Because I could literally do that now, right? So like I was telling, because some people, man, they're very emotional online this week when everything was going on with all the stuff with the Indiana Jones announcement going to PS5. And I was trying to tell some of them that like, look, I know you guys are in your feelings. Just wait a little while, see how it all pans out. But now it's to the point where some of these guys just want to leave, the thing. And I'm like, dude, if you're so much invested in the ecosystem, there's no really point to doing that. What you can do is just pick and choose your battles. And I use this as an example for myself. I'll let you guys know. When Disney Plus wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, or providing me the content that I wanted, when I found the shows to be ridiculous, when I saw that the movies were horrible, right? And I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I've been supporting the MCU through all their phases. But when Phase 4 came and I saw the direction they were going, right, and all this stuff is happening, I mean, I had no choice, dude. So I canceled my Disney Plus. Even though there's other Disney products on there that I like, dude. I love the old stuff. I'm a Disney fan, dude. I'm a nostalgia freak. So there's nothing better than for me sometimes to decompress, put on Disney Plus and watch something like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, or what's the other? Some of those old classic movies that I love, or some of the old animation from back in the day. That their catalog, dude, is priceless, dude. I joke about the whole diamond collection thing, but you know, it is what it is, man. Their content spans generations. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I mean, uh, Signet says, "How you feel about Avowed being confirmed to be 30 frames per second?" Yeah, I talked about it earlier. I don't care. Um, I've only got involved with this 30-60 frames thing. I can see where it can be an advantage of the 60 frames on certain games. So don't get me wrong, but to me, it's always been like just nobody cares, dude. I mean, nobody. The majority of people just don't care. It reminds me of when I was like heavy into televisions, and people didn't know what interlacing was and how that affected their pictures. You know what I'm saying? And so when I would see some people's TVs and they tell me how great it is, dude, and I saw that interlacing wasn't as good as it should have been, that they wasn't getting the full effect from the television screen because back then it was tube TVs, right? Same thing I feel about with the frames per second. Most people don't understand what it is or know what it is. No people, most people can't even recognize it. I think for the most part, and those people that do, I mean, does it really bother them? Because if you have a game that you want to play, regardless of what it is, you'll play it. I'm not trying to make excuses for these guys, man. I think you should, if you're gonna have a premium, if you're gonna put that X and S on there, like maybe you should look at that seriously. But again, Microsoft and Xbox specifically, I mean, they don't go on and I don't know. They don't try and they don't try and force people to do what they want them to do. Even though they got to put in more work or it's a little bit more trickier. I think, but for the most part, Xbox will force their standards on other people, man. And that's something I think they're gonna have to look at moving forward, dude. Because in some aspects, man, I just think it's just some of these guys are just lazy. Not specifically the people here, but I'm just saying some people are just you know they're messed up. So I doesn't bother me sickness. Now, if you're serious about this kind of stuff and this is your thing, dude, and then I'm pretty sure you understand that, like a lot of these guys are PC guys. I see you talking about it. I don't particularly care. How much? Oh, it's an hour. Let's see. Have you guys seen anything at Gamescom you guys been enjoying? Cygnus says, do you think that's weird because Series X is the most powerful console and Avowed is made by a first party studio? That's like double negative. Yeah, but Phil is just like that dude. And I think Matt Booty's the same way. They won't force these studios to do. I mean, you hear them talk about the studios and one big family and all this, kumbaya kind of stuff that they like to stress. Which is fine. You can do that, but um, and like I said on Unlimited's podcast, dude, I don't they can't because if Microsoft or Xbox dare to force people to do stuff, dude, it'll be on the news. It'll be all over social media. It'll be in the gaming media, and then just insert latest commentary of why or what's going on um, with all this stuff. You know what I mean? Why is Microsoft having a hard time? Why are these studios lazy? Where's that booty? Why isn't he tamping this stuff down? He doesn't do that because to me, they'll either do it when they're ready or they don't care. The studios themselves. And they have other stuff things. Like some of these studios can't do the big AAA stuff. Now on principle, yeah, I agree with you, Cygnus, dude. Especially if I have to download like I have an XNS on my thing to give me the best thing as possible, man. But obviously that's not the case with everybody. Let me see. Sorry, I'm making up something right now. Yeah, I don't see any. I mean, you would think so, dude, but I guess like when you look at like what was Sanua's sacrifice? Hellblade 2. Wasn't that 60? Right? And obviously the studio wanted to put their best foot forward, so it is what it is, man. You win some, you lose some. I play a lot of different games. A lot of games are a variety. If 30 frames versus 60 bothered me, then I wouldn't be playing a lot of the games I play. So, but hey, everybody's like if that stuff bothers you, and then and like everybody tells me they can just upgrade to a PC. And I'm not being flippant about that. I mean, seriously, dude. If a company's not giving you what you want, then yeah, definitely step, dude. You don't have to, be privy to their rules and their regulations or their business processes and stuff like that, dude. You be you do you. Go out there, man, and just get it done, bro. Definitely, and that's not coming from a place of hate, man. Just being 100 about it. But guys, let me wrap this up, man. I gotta go, dude. I'm serious, man. I'm blanking out. Damn, dude. I probably have to. Hopefully, it's getting cooler, man. It's getting cooler. I noticed that the sun's going down. What is it? It's only 5, right? Yeah, it's only 5:30. I would like to hang some more, guys. But I gotta go, man. I'm not feeling tired. But thank you guys for being here, man. Prime, my brother. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Message me when you can. Daniel Barry, brother, man. Good times, man. WNB is on fire, dude. They continue to grow. Again, just gonna throw this out there. Get rid of that front office. Get people in there that can grow the game and do what's best in the interest of the players. Cygnus, man, I always appreciate you being here, bro. I know you're pulling double duty, man. I saw you on Unlimited podcast as well. But thank you for support. Toolman 55, thank you as well. Sorry, brother, I gotta cut this bad boy short, man. I feel myself fading right now. Maybe I'll do another podcast tomorrow with the guys. We'll see. All right, but let me bounce. Xbox All In channel, Jose Fair, we out.